More than 100 concerned farmers.
I think it's going to be great for some folks in Tennessee, but as far as the locals and people that have lived here, it's going to be a lot of scenery change.
Gathered to get answers on how new development will impact their operations in the place many of them have called home their whole lives.
I think everyone's just concerned on how it's going to affect them.
The new Ford manufacturing plant coming to Haywood County will definitely transform West Tennessee and the farming operations in the area. The multi-billion-dollar investment, called Blue Oval City, will be the site of production for Ford's electric pickup truck and will bring around 6,000 new jobs. At this forum in Brownsville, local farmers in the region asked about details of the project and asked state and local leaders how it'll impact them.
There's some people here that are excited and some people here that are concerned, and I guess you'd put me in all the above.
Bill Kelly grows row crops in Haywood County. He'll have a front row view of the new Ford plant.
We farm right next to it in the tracks, and our landowner was here as well. And we're concerned about water issues, runoff, as well as logistics. We don't know what it's gonna be like. As he said, this thing's gonna. One gentleman said a tsunami coming instead of a gentle wave. Well, we don't know, and it was the unknowing that we're concerned about naturally.
Another big concern from these farmers is loss of land due to other development that is sure to follow the Blue Oval City. John Varell in nearby Madison County says it's very simple. Without land, they can't farm.
Everyone's trying to get a good grasp on this progress coming and just see, how we're going to need to change our farming operations up from a labor standpoint, from moving equipment down the road, from a property standpoint, keeping ground so we can continue our farming careers, because we've invested a lot of time and money in equipment, grain bins. If we start losing land to development, what are we going to replace that with?
With more people moving into the area, there's a lot of questions from current locals about improving infrastructure and school systems to be able to accommodate population growth.
The biggest thing I took away is I just do not believe that the communities are prepared for the growth that's coming from a school system, from a police force, or whatever's going to need to be put in some of these small communities that are touching this mega site.
While concerns exist, some farmers are already looking at ways to benefit from the development, like Bradley Jones.
I said, I can't stop it. It's coming anyway. I need to figure out some ways I can benefit from it, capitalize on it, and not see it as all negative, Thinking about doing some RV parks on some of the land I have to rent to the construction workers to just try to make extra income, but also provide a place for them to come to stay while they're here, So I've been trying to figure that out and going through the process here of the zoning and planning and trying to figure out what they'll allow us to do and what the rules and regulations will be.
For me, thinking about those people that have been here generations handed down and what's about to come to them, that's a big deal.
Clay Bryant with the Megasite Authority answered farmers' questions. He assures that there's state money to help with needed infrastructure improvements. As for other needs that comes with development, he says it's critical local governments in the region work together to work out land zoning and needs for schools and increases in first responder personnel.
It doesn't seem to me that one person has all the answers for all the questions that come. I mean, we're focused on the authority and what's happening within the mega site and getting that, how everything happens outside the mega site and working with local government, the city government, the county governments, the development boards that we talked about today. That is so important for people to be part of that discussion and to be involved.
While there will be new growth and opportunity in the region, farmers want to make sure that their opportunity to produce food and fiber continues for many years to come.
West Tennessee's been built for generations after generations on the backs of farmers and on the backs of landowners that were having crops raised on their farms. I hope that continues, and I hope we can all figure out how to work together and continue the legacy that we have here in West Tennessee.
For Tennessee Farm Bureau, I'm Thomas Capps.